you the book called The Right Way School. Author Shabnam Minwalla, illustrator Fahad Faizal. The Right Way School was a brown building in a grey compound. Sometimes the grey compound was filled with straight rows of students in dark blue uniforms. The Right Way School believed that there was a right way to study, a right way to dress, a right way to stand in rows. This is what it taught its students. More than anybody in the school, Miss Gambhir believed in doing things the right way. Miss Gambhir was the class teacher of Standard 3 in Hindi. Gambhir means serious. It was the perfect name for her. Every day, Miss Gambhir would write with chalk on the blackboard. One Thursday afternoon, she wrote, "The root of a plant is buried under the soil and takes in water and nutrients. Now copy and learn," she said. "But Miss," Rohit asked, "what are nutrients?" Miss Gambhir ignored him. Questions and interruptions were not the right way. Miss Gambhir asked, "Meera, what is the root of a plant?" Meera's hands turned cold. Her mind went blank. Miss Gambhir said, "Tss, tss." Meera began to cry. Miss Gambhir asked Rohit, "What is a root?" "The part under mud and it takes water and..." Miss Gambhir said, and took away his chocolate biscuits. When Miss Gambhir was angry, she said, "Tss, tss." When she was furious, she snarled. "Tss, tss, tss." Everybody wondered what would happen the day she said, "Tss, tss, tss, tss." In history, Miss Gambhir made the class learn dates. In art, she made her students draw a blue river, green mountains and yellow sun. Anybody added an apple tree or a cottage, Miss Gambhir said, "Tss, tss, tss," and tore the paper. Naturally, Standard 3 tried to do things the right way, till one Monday morning, the door of the classroom opened and a stranger walked in. The stranger who walked in was a tiny girl. She had huge eyes and hair like a palm tree on a windy day. She was wearing a red dress with frilly sleeves. She did not look neat or worried. She did not look as if she belonged to the right way school. She looked happy. "Yes?" Miss Gambhir asked in a forbidding voice. "I am the new girl, Leila," the tiny stranger replied in a voice as noisy and merry as the horn of a bus. The students of Standard 3 blinked. Meera and Rohit smiled. Miss Gambhir didn't smile. She frowned. "Welcome to Standard 3, Leila," she said finally. "In this school, students do things the right way. They talk softly, they wear school uniforms, they keep their hair neat, they obey their teacher." At lunchtime, the students of Standard 3 surrounded Leila. Rohit asked questions. Lavanya gave advice. Meera held Leila's hand. "Be careful," she whispered to her new best friend. "Miss Gambhir is scary when she is angry." Leila tried not to make Miss Gambhir angry. Every day, she wore her new blue uniform and tied her hair with 8 clips and 4 rubber bands. every day Meera reminded her to be careful. Still, Leila forgot. She couldn't help herself. She drew a cat like everybody else, except that her cat was pink and licking a lollipop. Miss Gambhir hissed and tore the drawing. Leila colored the map of India like everybody else, but then she filled it with elephants and boats and mango trees. Miss Gambhir spat and made Leila spend her lunch break in the classroom. However much Leila tried to be invisible, her questions popped out. How can a big tree fit in a small seed? Why don't fish make sounds? Why don't islands float away? Miss Gambhir minded. She minded even more when Rohit began to ask questions, and Lavanya and Amod. The next student to interrupt my class will spend the whole month in the corridor, she shouted. On Monday morning, Miss Gambhir taught her class about weather. The class was behaving in the right way. So, the questions that tumbled into Leila's head and out of her mouth seemed loud. Miss, are clouds like air or water or cotton wool? Miss Gambhir exploded. Then she pointed at the door. Looking sad and small, Leila stumbled out of the classroom. Looking pleased, Miss Gambhir wrote on the blackboard, "Rainfall is water falling in drops from vapor." A voice interrupted the teacher. A voice usually too scared to speak in class. "Miss," Meera whispered bravely, "does a cloud feel like cotton wool?" The class gaped. Miss Gambhir shook as she pointed at the door. Meera walked out of the classroom. Then Rohit raised his hand. Then Lavanya. 5 minutes later, Miss Gambhir was teaching an empty classroom about rainfall. Well, not empty exactly. The desks and chairs were there. They did not interrupt and the teacher was happy. 20 minutes later, the principal of the Right Way School walked past the Standard 3 classroom. She gaped. In the Right Way School, students did not stand in corridors in noisy groups. They sat in classrooms in silent lines. The principal opened her mouth to shout, then she closed it. Instead, she opened her ears to listen. Leila and Amod and Meera and Lavanya and many others were talking about clouds. Looks like cotton wool. Then how can rain come out of them? How do clouds stay up in the sky? Why don't they fall down? The principal cleared her throat. Then she clapped twice for silence. "Let me answer your questions," she said. That was the day that the Right Way School changed the first of its many rules. Decided that asking questions was the right way. All thanks to a little girl with wild hair, bass horn voice, and endless curiosity. That was the end of the book. I hope you all enjoyed it and keep reading.